You know, when you say fructose, I'm not talking, you know, apple juice and, you know, grape juice and other kinds of high glycemic fructoses, if you know what I mean.
So beet is a lower.
Yeah, it has a lower high glycemic index. And it's, you know, people, you should be afraid of a lot of fructose. I mean, there's a lot of fructose on the market you don't want to ingest. This is a safe fructose. So
why is fructose, some of it, so unsafe?
It's got a high glycemic index. A lot, you know, just like every food you eat. You know, like oranges are fine, but orange juice, high glycemic index.
Depending on the source, you know.
Without fiber, you know, glucose, fructose without fiber can raise your blood sugar.
It's like the different breads. A piece of white bread is going to have a really high glycemic, sourdough slightly lower, and then like a pumpernickel or, you know, whole
rye,
grain,
or
stuff
rye,
like that, rye, that's a lower glycemic index.
Right.
Low, you know, for bread.
Any other questions on those two?
Can you give it to kids?
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. And kids crave them.
Really?
Oh, my grandchildren. I mean, it is like, at Thanksgiving before we ate, we were trying to ask the 4-year-old some questions about what he liked, so we could choose what to put on his plate, because obviously there was too many things for a 4-year-old to have on his plate. Let's get the right thing there, you know. Do you like mashed potatoes? Do you like turkey? Do you like gravy? And no, and yes. And I said, do you like shakes? Yeah, can I have a shake with my dinner? He's so crazy about these Shapley shakes that, you know, his mother has asked me to supply them for her for Christmas, for him. Because, you know, you feel really confident. You know you've given them, you know, it does have the vitamins in the scent shake, as well as the fiber. It's a complete meal, and of course all of Shapley vitamins are complete food source vitamins. So all their amino acids and essential, you know, enzymes are in place. So the body looks at it and says, oh yeah, that's food. It doesn't say, what's that? It's missing its amino acids and enzymes. It doesn't look like food to me. And so, yeah, when my grandson's with me, and he hasn't eaten well, let's have another shake.
Yeah.
One's not enough today, but he prefers it for breakfast too. My kids grew up on these Shapley shakes, and still, you know, they're in their 30s, and they still are hooked on them. There's something about them that you instinctively start to crave. You know, you know it's good.
You add frozen fruit or?
I do. I like all kinds of things. I am famous for adding Swiss chard, spinach.
Raw or cooked?
Raw. Yeah, I put a lot of things of that nature into my shake, and my kids, the grandchildren don't. They think it looks funny because grandma's shakes are kind of greenish brown, but they like the way it tastes so much that they don't balk at it at all. I put kale in. I put ginger in. There isn't much that hadn't gone into trying a shake for me. I love dark cherries, but I always try to put one green in, and I try to make it a different green every day because all of our greens have something different. You know, so one day it's kale, one day it's spinach, one day it's chard. You know, one time it's it's turnip greens. It's whatever I want to put in there, but it's a good idea to rotate your greens as well because they all have something great. And raw greens, what a great way to sneak them into your diet. I bet you'll be doing that. Do you do that already? You put greens in? Oh, funny. Everybody looks at me like cross-eyed when I do that.
Any shakes. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention a friend of mine, she wasn't using the Shapley product, but she was using another product, and her children, they were twins, they were born with autism, and she got turned on to this, you know, nutritional shake program, and she started giving it to the kids. And she firmly believes, and there was some medical journal write-up, that as her children were developing, you know, this was a, you know, source of food for her kids to actually develop better, and today they are free of autism.
Yeah, we have some Shapley videos of children with autism that are pretty astounding.
Yeah, but because of all the nutrients and the food sources and everything, you know, the brain was
good solid
developing.
nutrition can do an awful lot.
Well, we were designed to be, you know, our bodies were designed at a cellular level to take in protein, vitamins, minerals, and pure water. So if you're not doing that, and we're kind of shopping through the center aisles where there's a lot of processed foods, then your body sees that as a foreign object, really, and it has to treat it like a toxin. And so it's a lot harder for your body to work. And when you're doing raw things or you're doing whole foods, your body receives it better. And actually, you can kind of think of Shaklee as raw food because we don't destroy. When Shaklee uses the natural organic product, they don't heat it beyond a certain temperature. So all the live enzymes are still in the product.
I've also done research and can't find another company that does that, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's very expensive. They call that process lyophilization, and the only other place I can ever find that anybody extracts that way is it's sometimes done with pharmaceuticals, and it's because it has to be done. A lot of pharmaceuticals are, plant-based, herbs, and it has to be done that way in pharmaceuticals in order for them to get the medication to be active. But I've never been able to find another company. I also have never been able to find another company that has its own manufacturing plants. I don't know if you guys are aware, but most of the things on the shelves or that you buy from the internet, from companies, are all manufactured at one plant in Houston. And everybody's smacking a different label on it, and whoever's ordered that particular product to be smacking their label on it, they just say how much they wanted this be, dump some B in there, dump some C in there, dump this in there, put my label on it, make it this shape. And I've never found another company that has its own manufacturing plants. And that means that they are actually able to discern the quality of their product because they're in charge. You're not in charge of the contaminants they get into other product lines.
And a lot of those vitamins that they're using, the sources, it says dump B or dump C or whatever, they're sourcing that from China.
Absolutely.
And there's been a lot of problem with, the safety of, China has great manufacturing plants and great, products that they do put out, but, there's a wide range. You're never sure where they're getting that. And even when you buy fortified cereals, breads, things like that, they're getting those ingredients from China. All the vitamins. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, arsenic in the apple juice and the grape juice. How'd that make you feel these days? That's just the small of it.
Have some arsenic. Please.
You don't want to know it. You don't even want to know the rest of what I know.
Yeah,
it's disturbing. It's disturbing. But I have a serious science brain, and I can't stop myself, so I took up knitting so that I could knit in front of the computer. Gotta know more. It's not enough yet.
I got that much done last
Well, it's
night.
too much information, and I'm not going to share it. But if you have any questions, I can guarantee you I have the answers because I should have a doctorate by now. I've studied so much. So I can't end this conversation without talking about Vivix.